Hola chicos, today we're going to be talking about how to write an introduction specifically for your activity with Frida Kahlo, your essay about you, but we're also going to see if we can frame it in a way that you can talk about Frida Kahlo as well. So why should you have an introduction? You should know this from your English class. It helps to capture the reader's interest, and it lets the reader know the big ideas to expect and to focus on moving forward. It just helps to focus the reader's attention. There are 3 parts to an introduction. There's a hook to interest the reader, and you probably have some strategies in your toolbox already about how to write hooks. There's some background information on the topic so that the reader can help to understand it. And then there's a thesis statement that clearly and quickly summarizes your main point. So I'm going to show you how some different examples based on things that we should know how to say already, and also based on our specific project about Frida Kahlo. So examples of hooks. So a hook is meant to interest the reader. It's a statement that grabs the reader's attention. One possibility is to start out with a question and then follow up with answering it. For example, ¿Te gustan las pinturas de Frida Kahlo? ¿Eres artístico como Frida Kahlo? It's like the author, the writer, is connecting directly, speaking directly to the reader. You could start out with a bold statement that you later support or explain. Me gusta el arte de Frida Kahlo, pero no soy nada como ella. So we're going to add to these statements. We're going to add some background information on the topic. ¿Te gustan las pinturas de Frida Kahlo? Don't forget, you have to answer that question. A mí no me gustan, porque las pinturas son muy dramáticas. No me gusta el drama. So this could be setting your paper up to talk about how your life is pretty much drama-free. You're just a typical student. You don't like drama, and you have like a normal, healthy life. And so that could be setting up like a difference, showing that there's going to be a lot of differences between you and Frida. ¿Eres artístico como Frida Kahlo? Yo sí. Soy muy artística, pero soy diferente a Frida en todo lo demás. So again, this would be saying that you're in some ways like Frida in the sense that you're artistic, but very different from Frida in everything else. And so this could potentially set you up to talk about those differences as well. Me gusta el arte de Frida Kahlo, pero no soy nada como ella. Ella es artística, yo soy deportista. Ella tiene una vida triste, yo tengo una vida más alegre. So this one has a bunch of comparisons in it, and it sets you up to be able to talk about how your life is different from hers, coming in, keeping going. Now, of course, you can say how similar you are to her as well. Many students are going to have darker eyes and darker hair. You could talk about how that's similar, but everything else is different. These are just some different ideas. And then you need to add your thesis statement. That's going to be like telling the readers what you're going to talk about. So these are just adding on to what we started talking about before. Soy muy diferente a Frida y voy a hablar más de las diferencias a continuación. So I'm very different from Frida, and I'm going to talk. Voy a hablar tells us I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk more about these differences below or to follow. ¿Eres artístico como Frida? Yo sí. Soy muy artística, pero soy diferente a Frida en todo lo demás. This one's pretty much the same as the one above. Voy a hablar, I'm going to talk. Voy a hablar más de las diferencias a continuación. This just says exactly what you are going to do. Voy a hablar. And this is an expression that we're going to be learning how to use, how to say very soon, coming up on the other side of spring break. Me gusta el arte de Frida Kahlo, pero no soy nada como ella. Ella es artística, yo soy deportista. Ella tiene una vida triste, yo tengo una vida más alegre. Tenemos más diferencias y voy a hablar de las diferencias a continuación. So this one's very similar as well. You're just adding in the part where you're saying tenemos más diferencias. There are more differences that you're going to be talking about down below. So these are just some different ideas. Here you've got some helpful vocabulary. So if you want to talk about being similar, different, similar, diferente, you might need those in the noun form. So las semejanzas, these are your similarities. Las diferencias, differences. Todo lo demás, everything else. You might want to talk about your life, una vida. You could say alegre, happy. You should know triste already. A continuación, next or below. And then these expressions, voy a hablar, I'm going to talk. Voy a comparar, I'm going to compare. Okay, so these are the 3 things that I'm hoping to see in your introduction. Please don't just give an introduction that's like, hola, me llamo Sara. See if you can try to give more this time. And then this might be able to help to set up some really interesting paragraphs below that show more comparisons with Frida instead of just listing off specifically what you were like.